Howdy folks. Have you ever wanted to get data from a PDF into Excel? In this video, I'm going to show you an example of a real life work situation where invoices were coming in each month and I wanted to pull the data from those PDF invoices and track it against a purchase order that I had opened. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's jump into it. So here I have my purchase order. I procured engineering services at a value of $20,000. What I have now is invoices that are sent to me monthly, and they look a little something like this. So I've got 4 invoices, each one comes through monthly, and each invoice has the hours and the costs associated with that particular invoice. So what if I wanted to pull these PDFs and the data that's within those tables into Excel? Well, to do that, we'll use Power Query, sometimes otherwise referred to as Get Data. So if we come up to the menu ribbon and click on Data, there will be a button right to the very left here saying Get Data. If we click that, choose From File and then From Folder, we can navigate to the folder where the invoices are in. In this case, I've saved them in this folder here. Don't worry if it looks like there are no files in here, just click Open. When this dialog box comes up, you can see that all 4 invoices from within that folder, all 4 PDFs, have been identified. From here, we can click Combine, and we have a few different options, but in this case, I want to click Combine and Transform Data. So this dialog box will pop up, and you'll notice that it says Sample File, First File at the top here. So we can choose First File or one of the many other files we have within our folder. And what this is doing is essentially saying, look at the first file or look at whichever file you want and apply the exact same steps to each of the other files. What I'm interested in is table 2 because that has my description, my quantity of hours, and the total amounts. So I'm going to click on that and then select OK. So here's a screen that you might not be used to. This is Power Query. And so you may or may not have used this in the past, but this is built in natively to Microsoft Excel. Don't get too blown away by all the things on this screen. What we're going to do is a very, very simple process. And in future videos, I'm going to show you how to use Power Query to its full extent. You can see that it's pulled in each PDF file. So invoice 301, 302, 303, 304, and all of the data contained within that table that I selected. So not the entire document, just the table I selected. That's all I'm going to do in Power Query for today. What I'm going to next do is click Close and Load and click Close and Load to. This Import Data dialog box will pop up and it's asking me how I want to view this data in my workbook. And because it was in a table to begin with, I want to leave it as a table, so we can click OK. Okay, so some stuff has happened. We've got a new table in Excel now in our workbook, and this Queries and Connections pane has popped up as well. For this example, we don't have to focus too much on that, so I'm going to close it. So I've got all the data I need in this table to compare against my original purchase order. What I want to do though is have a total row. So we can do that by going into the table, clicking on Table Design and clicking Total Row. You'll notice that it only came up for the inclusive amount, but I also want the exclusive amount. So if we hover over this cell, click it, and then use the drop down to select Sum, that's my exclusive amount, and that's the value that I want. From here, we can come back into our PO tracking form, come to Spent, go Equals, and reference our total row, And then obviously the remaining value left is the exclusive amount minus the amount that's spent. Awesome. How good was that? How easy was that? But this is the best part. So what if I had a new invoice come in? Well, now I have invoice 305. All I have to do is copy it and paste it into the folder where my existing PDFs are. Now if I minimize both of these and come back to our table with the PDFs data in it, click on Query, and then select Refresh, voila, you'll see the invoice 305 has come in, the total row has updated, therefore my PO tracking worksheet has updated and the remaining amount has also updated. There you have it. That's how I get data from PDFs into Excel. If this is your first time using Power Query, don't worry about it. I will have many more videos coming up in the future. Hope you liked the video. See you next time.